Hello everyone, welcome to episode 2 of my Minecraft series. We're back in hardcore again, but we're making a new world because the last one, I didn't really like the start to the last one. We're also doing this on hardcore, and I've got a seed as well. It's a normal seed. It doesn't do anything interesting, but you know, I just like the spawn on this seed. So I basically just before this video just was looking for a bunch of seeds, and this seed was the coolest. I had a little look around. Some food here. I'm gonna turn the game down just a bit to 50%, and yeah. I'm using the Faithless texture pack, which is this one. This texture pack is really good. Honestly, it's easily my favorite texture pack I have ever used in Minecraft Survival. If you guys remember, in the first episode, I started the series without the texture pack, and honestly, I really just can't play the game without the texture pack. Like, I'll show you some improvements this texture pack makes as we're going through, and I'll talk about those changes. But honestly, it is great. I'm having to play this on version 1.21.5 because this texture pack doesn't work currently on 1.21.6, because 1.21.6 is obviously a newer update, so I don't think they've updated the pack, and I don't want things to look weird and stuff. But yeah, this pack is continually updated. It's called Faithless. You can find it basically on any of the texture pack services or any texture pack website that you prefer to use to look for texture packs. It's probably on there. It's a very I think it's quite popular. On where I downloaded it from, it had over 5 million downloads. So I'm guessing this texture pack is probably pretty popular. I wish Minecraft had better textures. Honestly, it's one thing that I'm not a fan of Minecraft, is that, you know, their textures really go off of like a very basic design. I guess that's so people can use texture packs and stuff, and you know, so people kind of want to, which is, you know, cool, which is fine. But you know, I'd rather Minecraft have like a better default texture pack, so every time I played the game I didn't have to download the texture pack. Texture pack's made by the same people, I'm pretty sure, that made Faithful, which is one of the other famous texture packs. This is one of the improvements of this. I was going to say mod. This texture pack, when you're holding like a big block, like a crafting table, a furnace, or a chest, you hold it like this in both your hands, which is just made by making the texture of the block really big, and then putting it like just on the edge. You can see that my other hand actually doesn't have any sort of control over the block at all, but it looks, when you're in first person, like you are carrying the block, which I think is really cool. You also see the chicken is also 3D, which is cool as well. The other thing it changes is the UI. This is animated UI. You can see the thing is like pulsing. So that's what I'm connected on, and then these are the things. So when I, you know, craft like a pickaxe, you can see it's slightly different. There's no like animations for anything, unfortunately. I wish there was. I know there's plenty of other texture packs to do that though, so if you're looking for a texture pack that does that, then I'm sure you can probably find one that you know, you can then layer it on top of this texture pack to make the texture pack work at the same time. I know that's possible because I've done that before. Yeah, you see the ladders just look a lot better. Everything about this texture pack, honestly, is just like, I really like it. Changes the font and everything of the typing and things. The achievement screen is slightly different. Yeah, honestly, it just makes, like, you know, it just makes the game a lot more, in my opinion, vibrant. And obviously on Java as well. If you play on Java, then this texture pack is completely free. If you play on Bedrock though, this texture pack is available on Bedrock. I'm not sure the price. I know it's on the store. I don't know how much it is. I've never bought it. You know, because I've just never really wanted to play, you know, Bedrock that much. And when I do, I just play with the default texture pack. You can see the water as well. Again, no additional things added. The water is wavy, which is one of my favorite things on this texture pack, and the leaves as well. You can see they move. Honestly, this texture pack is just easily one of my favorite texture packs I've probably ever seen in my life. It's just fantastic. I just love so many things that it does. One of my favorite things I'll show you now is actually great for people who play PvP. This is one of my other favorite features. When you break down a tree, the leaves die, to show you which leaves have died, so you don't need to worry about whether you need to cut down more trees. You'll see now I'll break this tree and all the leaves on this tree will die. You'll see that these leaves here will eventually just disappear because there's no thing connecting them to a log. This one will also work as soon as I break these logs, and you can see the tree will now slowly start to decay. This feature is honestly one of my favorites as well. There's so many features in this texture pack that honestly are just fantastic. I really do recommend you go and check it out. You can, if you just search up on Google, Faithless Minecraft texture pack. See the furnace as well. It's the same. It's also animated when you hold it. And it also has this core menu as well. It honestly is just phenomenal. A great texture pack. I cannot recommend it. I cannot recommend it really enough. It's honestly just a great texture pack. There's so many things in this texture pack as well that work just great with other things that I know would be, you know, better if it was like combined with something else. You know, when you have like a texture pack like that, like, oh, this would look great with this texture pack or something like that. See, the composter is also the same. You can double it up. Some things in this texture pack it doesn't change, which I'm pretty sure this is one of them. The texture of the top of this, I'm pretty sure it doesn't change that, but you know, some things in this pack don't need to be changed. You can see there's bubbles as well underneath the water, which look great. You can see the fireflies just look fantastic with this texture pack. The new lighting system as well. The lighting system, the updated one is honestly, I gotta say, the new 1.21 lighting system, Jesus, it is great. Like, I used to download, as you guys know if you've watched this channel for a while, I used to download packs and stuff to make Minecraft look more nostalgic. You don't need to anymore. The game already looks just great. Like, honestly, like Minecraft Java especially just looks fantastic these days. Like, it just looks so much more, you know, natural and cool and stuff. But yeah, if you play Minecraft again, I recommend, you know, trying out the game again. If you are, you can also see that the saplings are different as well. So they're like acorns, different kinds of acorns, which is cool. I haven't seen any other packs really do that. My other one that I used to use is Faithful, but I've really gone off Faithful just because I don't think it holds up as well as some of the newer packs. That's not me throwing shade at any other at Faithful. It is honestly a really good pack, but you know, for me it just doesn't work anymore very well. You can see this as well, the fact that your character holds the torch in a certain way and it sort of flames. It makes it, this would look great with if you were using Optifine. That's one of the things that a lot of people say. The pack would work very well with Optifine, which I know it would. You know, like honestly, this pack, I mean, I'm glazing it a lot here in this video so far, but yeah, it is actually a really cool, very good pack that I genuinely recommend that people should try out. Like I said, just try it out once, maybe, you know, see how, see what differences you can find, and if you don't end up liking it, you can always delete it. You can always just never use it again. That's one of the great things about Minecraft. You don't need to use everything that everyone recommends you. Nothing is required here. It's just, you know, me recommending. You know, maybe someone will watch this video and say, yeah, I might try that pack, and then go out and try it. But yeah, this pack is really good. Alright, enough about the pack. Let's get into the game. I haven't talked about the game once. Yeah, we're back with Minecraft just because it's actually, I've just been glazing this texture pack for about 9 minutes, nearly 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm back with Minecraft basically just because Minecraft was on my mind. Recently, and I wanted to play a lot of Minecraft. My brother mentioned it to me. We did have a server for a little bit. The server didn't really last long. Yeah, the server didn't really last very long. Unfortunately, I was hoping it was going to last a while, but you know. Just a quick off-topic again. We're going back to the texture pack. You can see when you place one seed in the inventory, it's one seed. If you place three or more, three, then it'll turn into that. And if you place six, I think it's six together, it makes a pack. So yeah, that's another cool thing about this texture pack. Thought I'd bring that up. So yeah, basically, recently it's just, you know, I've just been wanting to play a lot of Minecraft. And specifically in hardcore, I think Minecraft now playing survival mode is just really boring. Like I don't really get as much enjoyment as I used to just by playing normal survival Minecraft. So I've just been, you know, sort of been wanting to play, you know, Minecraft again, but not survival mode. Just because I think survival mode now is just, you know, it doesn't really have much, I guess, going for it, because you know you don't really feel the same thing as you do, like you don't really feel the same connection to things that you do in Minecraft, in Minecraft Hardcore. So and the fact that no Bedrock has it, I don't feel as bad playing it, you know, because I used to feel bad playing Minecraft Java just because no, Minecraft Bedrock. Playing Minecraft Hardcore because I knew that some people would watch the videos, and I know a huge amount of Minecraft player base now plays on prefers to play on Bedrock, and I knew a huge amount of those people would not be able to, you know, play the same thing as that I was playing, and I kind of felt bad about it. So I used to kind of just shy away from playing not Java, Jesus Christ, playing hardcore. Because I didn't think it was very nice for people to watch it and see me do something in the game. Because I remember when I was younger and I didn't have Minecraft Java, and I used to play exclusively Minecraft Xbox One Edition, and it was really annoying watching people play things, and then I'll be like, oh, I wish I could do that thing, and you know, get banners in my game and stuff, and I couldn't do it because I was on a version of those things didn't exist, and I honestly think that's really dumb. Splitting up a player base like that, I think that's quite sad, and it certainly was annoying for me, and it used to upset me a little bit when I used to see someone, like I said, do something cool in a game, and realised, oh, and I was like, oh, I want to do that, and then realised like I just can't because I'm not on the right version, which used to annoy me a lot. So you know, I don't really like doing that anymore. I'm all for what everyone calls the Minecraft unification, with the, you know, the combat systems and everything, making like a universal system. Would rather like a universal game. I wouldn't mind if they deleted Java altogether and just had Bedrock. Wouldn't bother me. I'd still play Minecraft. You know, all those people say I would never touch Minecraft ever again if they did that, and I'm like, yeah, you would. Yes, you would. The only reason you're in this conversation is because you play Minecraft all the time. Right? You know you would carry on playing the game. You know, one single update is not gonna, you know, dissuade you from playing an entire game. I've been playing this game since I was, you know, like some of these older people that play Java exclusively. I know are older people that started playing on Java, and they'll be like, oh, I would never play Minecraft ever again if they switched over to only Bedrock. I'm like, you would. Playing this game, you know, since you were young, so you're not just gonna switch up on a game entirely, especially not Minecraft, because it's always going to be here. That's one thing I always liked about Minecraft as well. With these games like Fortnite, you could do, you know, cool things on there, but then it's like, as soon as that game loses support, as soon as it's not profitable for those developers, like, that game's going to go straight away. And, you know, a lot of those things you're going to lose. But Minecraft, you know this game's staying. And even if it doesn't, they don't require servers. For you to play Minecraft, there's no servers, you know. Obviously Minecraft have servers, but you know, you don't require servers to play any Minecraft really, unless you want to play it on a server, which is your choice. But you don't have to, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I decided I wanted to play Minecraft again just because, you know, Minecraft's just fun. just a fun chill thing to play. Easy to stream, you know, easy to come on, walk around a bit, you know, if I don't feel like doing anything on the world, and then being like, I don't really feel like it, and then just leaving. I don't think it's daytime yet. The brightness all the way down, it's very dark. Have I got my have I got my smooth lighting on? Yes. The way the light was hitting that water there made the game look really weird. You guys probably can't see anything right now. Is that like, what is that? Is that a cloud? Wait, is this a new thing? Is this something I've done? Have I like made the clouds go low? Is that something from the pack? Wait, let's check this. Yeah. Why would the pack lowers the clouds like at night? That's cool though. I guess that's realistic as well, because you know, the clouds in real life, they there's a lot more moisture in the night than there is in the day, I think. That's really weird. I've never seen that before. Bees just scared me. Just trying to build a house here as fast as possible. Yeah, I want to cover up the ladder, because I don't really want. I'm not going to go under the water, under the ground in this area again. take it. Oh, I haven't got any sand. I'm going to need 3, 6, 9, I think 11. That's at 11. There's some nice land around our area. Build a nice farm for when we get trading. Should be nice size. A door as well. We need a hoe. Beautiful. Turn all this into bone meal. break this as well. Just make it more uniform. There we go. Cut this tree down. Put one of these under there, just so it's that beehive is all connected. Don't want to destroy the beehive. Lots of bees around here, so I don't really want to, you know, ruin their lives. There's going to be a lot of this, guys, sorry, at the beginning. Especially just because this is a great way to get a lot of bone meal, especially in the beginning, so. Let's put that in there. I think we need, I think I need to keep pushing the dirt back as well. Just to make the place look a lot nicer. That makes the place look a lot nicer. You got the bees here as well, so you know, some stuff over there as well. I get, yeah. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I started cooking chicken before. There's some wheat as well, actually. I'm hoping there's some sort of town nearby. That's my hope. Having a town near here would be great. We get some cows as well. Yes. Lots of sand up here. Sand all along like the coasty, the little coastal area over there. There's a cow over there, I think. We just need to, you know, as you guys probably know at this point, like in the beginning of Minecraft, for the first, I'd say for the first 7 days, 7 in-game days, you need to stockpile food and get as much food as you can, just because that is like genuinely the best way just to get the amount of stuff that you will need, you know, to get the stuff that you need for surviving the rest of the time, just until you can start up some sort of farm, or even just keep stockpiling food until you get enough food, you know, enough food you can sort of just live on the food and not have to worry about it. It's probably you know, one of the first things I think everyone does in Minecraft. Thinking now, looking at that mountain, I was thinking about building a watchtower. It might be easier to build a sort of a tower up there. I think that'll probably be, how the hell did I go there? That'll probably be a little bit later. How did that get like that? Probably did that. Herobrine. Yeah, so we'll cut that food real quick. Put that out there. Put that in there. Torches. What else? Make a chest as well, yeah. Right. I usually just put everything in and then sort it out later. I'll sort it out as I need it. So we need that. We'll need that. We'll need this as well. Put these things on the fire. Put one there. Put one above my house. Put one in line with this one by here. Lights the place up quite nicely. Get that stick out of there. And now, where did my shovel go? Oh, I don't have a shovel. I thought I did. Right, what I'm doing now is I'm going to build a mine. And I'm going to build it by here. It's just going to be awkward because of the water, but it should be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should get easier as we sort of go along. If you're still watching, guys, by the way, let me know if you're, number one, a fan of Star Wars, and number two, if you enjoyed Andor. Now that Andor is finished, did you enjoy Andor? I don't think there's going to be a season 2 from what season 3 from what I've heard. I wish there was, but unfortunately I don't think there is, just because of how the season 2 ended. So I don't think there's going to be a season 3. It'd be cool if there was, like I said, like maybe take place after Rogue One. That would be cool. I would love that. Like what happened to some of the characters we saw in Andor after Rogue One. That would be nice to see. And how they're doing maybe in the modern era, the fates maybe of some of them. I don't know. Yeah, I really enjoyed Andor. I only recently got into Star Wars at all, and I will say it is partially because of the Fortnite season that they did, where they did a whole sort of month. That was, the entire game was basically dedicated to Star Wars. There's a lot of dogs back here, sorry. Um, but yeah, basically, yeah, the Star Wars season in Fortnite kind of, you know, like set me up, and I was like, okay, maybe I should watch some Star Wars. Cause I watched before Phantom Menace and I watched the Clone Wars. I think the Clone Wars, and then I did not watch. No, I did watch Revenge of the Sith, and I thought Revenge of the Sith was annoying, and I thought it was boring. The others were sort of filled with action. I didn't think that Revenge of the Sith had much action. It was like a lot more story. When I went back, the Clone Wars is still definitely my favorite Star Wars movie so far. But I watched all of them, and I honestly really enjoyed it. You know, they've made a Star Wars fan out of me. I like it. But yeah, I will say that, you know, I don't think the sequels are as bad as people were telling me. I remember my uncle, who was like a very big Star Wars fan. He's a huge Star Wars fan. He's been watching since literally the very beginning of Star Wars. And he said, you know, I told him I was going to watch them all, and he said, you won't like the prequels. A lot of people don't like not the prequels, the sequels. With Rey and stuff like that. I end up actually enjoying those movies a lot. You know, I actually didn't think they were that bad. So, yeah, I actually ended up enjoying those movies a lot more than people online basically said I was going to. And obviously the sequel is like, you know, that's with the what's his name, with Kylo Ren and things like that. I thought that was super interesting. I think, you know, I think whatever they want to do with the series is like, you know, is whatever they want to do. I mean, if they make a new trilogy like they're talking about now, a new trilogy maybe of movies, and I'm like, yeah, sure, bring them on, you know. I want to see whether there's any continuation on these characters, on this, you know, this bloodline, which is super smart. I gotta say, the way they've done it is super smart. The fact that, like, you know, every other movie is like the main character is the focus, and when those main characters, you know, pass away in real life and things like that, it's difficult to move that on. But then it's like, you know, you do the Skywalker saga, which is like, you have, you know, obviously Anakin, and then you have, you know, obviously it goes on then with Luke and Leia, and then it goes on then with Kylo Ren, or like Ben Solo, which is he's related to Han Solo and Leia, who are his mother and father, and it's like, it's such an interesting way to sort of carry on the legacy of these characters in a way that, you know, that doesn't mean you have to constantly bring people back that don't have any meaning to the story or any meaning to that thing, which is cool. They get to bring in new people. They're on about now. They got a Ryan Gosling movie, I think, or TV show or something just coming out, series. That is, you know, he's a starfighter or something, a fighter pilot. I don't really know what sort of timeline they're looking at for that, for when that is supposed to be happening, but yeah, that's really cool. I will say my favourite by far Star Wars movie, okay, I'm going to say this now, my by far favourite Star Wars movie, and I know some of you who are already Star Wars fans are probably going to be angry with my pick, you probably will be. My favourite Star Wars movie by far is Rebel. Is it called Rebel? What, Rebel 1? Is it Rebel 1? Rebel 1? I didn't mean to open that. Rogue One, sorry, not Rebel 1. Rogue One. Rogue One is great. I personally enjoyed that movie a lot. That was a great movie, and the fact, like, I like the fact that not only did they, go, obviously, when Star Wars first came out, which started with A New Hope, when Star Wars come out, it was like, they started off by saying, oh, these people stole the top plans of the Death Star, and it's like, okay, so then it's like they go back, they go back on those things, like, okay, how did they get the Death Star plans? That didn't make any sense. So they filled that out with Rogue One, and then they then decided, like, oh, we left a lot of story open here, this doesn't really make much sense either. Who are these people? How did this go on? And so they made Andor, and then Andor was great, and then, it kind of all links together. So if I was going to go back and watch Star Wars, I would go back and I'd probably rewatch Andor, and then Rogue One, and then A New Hope. That's how I go back and watch it. I think, honestly, the fact that I didn't watch Rogue One going back, and I was like, doesn't really make any sense. Because I remember watching A New Hope, and I was excited to get into the originals, so I never watched the originals. And then I went onto it, and it said in the beginning, the credit thing, the starting thing, and it was like, okay, and then it just explained the entire thing of Rogue One, and I was like, oh, well, I don't need to watch that movie then. Then it was only afterwards, and I was like, I should watch it. I should go and watch it, and then I was like, oh, this is really good. The exact they did something there that they did great, but they did the exact opposite then when they tried to do it with Solo. They tried to fill out Han Solo character, and honestly, I don't think Han Solo needs his character to be sort of filled out. I think his character makes more sense as a guy that just sort of shows up and then just decides to be, a part of the rebels, like this huge sort of, like intergalactic fight. He doesn't make any sense to be there at all. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I thought that was funny. I thought the fact that, Han Solo has literally no connection to these people in the movies at all, and then he's just like, they never explain it either. It's just like, could you take me to this place? And it's like, yeah. And then he's like, do you mind if I, like, just follow you around and stuff for like years and years and years, and we come like, I don't know why, just made like 16 pictures. Just, yeah, he just becomes like this guy that kind of just tags on, becomes a friend for life. Like, it's really weird, but honestly, it works great. I thought it was fantastic. I thought that was funny. Obviously, there's another point that they were trying to get at in the originals, but the fact that they didn't fill out Han Solo's character was cool. And then he just returns in the prequels, and I was like, what the fuck? What is going on with this guy? Who is he? Why is he just shown up? I didn't say who is he because I wanted to know who he was. I said who is he because, like, this guy's like just randomly shown up. Why? I don't want to know, but why? I'm not explaining it great, but that was kind of what drew me to his character. I was like, that's cool. But even then, my favourite character out of the whole series is by far my favourite character is Boba Fett. Boba Fett is my favourite character because, I don't really know why. Like his whole like story and stuff that they did with what's it called, the Book of Boba Fett, that was great. I thought that was really cool. I would have rather they do just the thing they did in the beginning of Boba Fett, of the Book of Boba Fett, where they just show him, you know, with the Tusken Raiders. I thought they should have just, you know, stayed on that. Just stay with that. You know, sort of, stay with him with the Tusken Raiders. I thought that would have been cool. You know, they never did that. But I thought that whole thing they did with him was really cool, and I thought that was such a cool thing for his character. And I'm pretty sure then he, you know, carries on. He's still alive in the thing. It makes sense that he ended up being the most like his father, because he was the only one that sort of like, well, not his father, his yeah, it was basically his father, but his, you know, Jango Fett. He was most like Jango Fett with the sort of way he was and things, but he was a lot more sort of caring because he'd sort of grown up with the wars and things. You know, he was a lot more sort of trustworthy. His father wasn't very trustworthy. You know, they had to literally implant those things into them and train those other people, the other clones and stuff, to be, you know. And the whole comment about like the one character, the I can't remember her name, the woman, the Mandalorian woman, the one that ended up being like the leader. She had the Darksaber. I can't remember her name, but she, like, the fact that she said like, "Oh, I've heard your voice 1,000 times before," you know, because she'd heard clones. That's such like a weird thing. Like in other movies and stuff, where they're like, "Oh, you know, I've seen that banner 1,000 times," but it's like, I've heard your voice 1,000,000 times before. It's like, that's such a cool way to say that. Like, I thought that was really cool. So I think Boba Fett ended up being like my favourite character out of everyone, just because they don't really fill anyone out very well in the rest. Like Anakin and things like that, they don't really, like his character. I think Anakin, like, even though he's literally like probably one of them, well, is the most important character in all of Star Wars, that basically sets like most of the things in motion. It's like his character is the least filled out. Like, you know his backstory and things like that, but you don't know, you know, what his thought process was. Why did he immediately jump to these silly conclusions of like, oh, I think my thing's gonna die, so now I need to, you know, become, you know, basically, you know, the Hitler of the universe to save my wife. Why did he then also carry on? Like, I think a lot of that was solved. You know, I watched like a lot of videos after that of like, you know, personalities and things like that, like breakdowns of Star Wars characters. It didn't really make any sense to me in the movies, at least. Why, you know, all this stuff come apart, and then it's like, it made sense. You know, you find out the Emperor in the was torturing Anakin basically, and things like that. So, you know, that made sense. But in the movies, it just didn't. It seemed like he was enjoying the things he was doing, especially in the originals. Darth Vader was just enjoying everything. He seemed like he was enjoying he was having fun. You know, just killing people. He was enjoying it. He didn't mind. But then you find out, you know, sort of at the end, it's like, oh, there is still good in you. And it's like, bro, if you still had good in you, you would have fucking said something about it years ago. Like, you wouldn't have waited so long. I don't really know. Obi-Wan Kenobi as well, that was really good. I really enjoyed that one. Obi-Wan was fantastic. It wasn't called Obi-Wan, it was called Kenobi, because his name is Ben. Okay. I did just realise something as well, which I might be quite stupid if this is like something that people have realised before. Is Kylo Ren called Ben Solo because he's named after Obi-Wan Kenobi, and his name was Ben. So his name was Ben Solo. I'm gonna Google that real quick. I've just searched it up. Yes, Kylo Ren's birth name, Ben Solo, was indeed chosen by his parents, Han and Leia, as a tribute to Obi-Wan Kenobi, who was also known as Ben during his exile on Tatooine, when Leia never met Obi-Wan. Han had some acquaintance with him, though not a close relationship. Ah, how I haven't noticed that before. That is annoying. How did I not know that? Am I stupid? I think I'm stupid. How did I not realize? You guys, I might be one of the dumbest people on the planet. How did I not realize that? Okay, next time I speak to my uncle, I'm gonna ask him if he knew that as well. He probably did. I'm gonna make this this farm like a 3, 1, 2, 3, and then this one, 1, 2, 3, and like 3 this way as well, and then make it like a square. And then I'm gonna use cobblestone and then build a wall around it to defend the farms. Because I think that makes the most sense. I'm gonna extend this out though, this extend all that out, build a big sort of cobblestone wall then, like this. It's gonna be 3 blocks high around the edge. That tree keeps scaring me. Yeah. Okay. I think you guys understand sort of like where I'm coming from here. Then once I've done that, then oh, you guys can't see that. Yeah, once I've done that, then I will build the what's it called? The thing up there. So I'm gonna finish this off. You know, build out the farms and stuff. All the way, well, not all the way back, but like far back enough. Build the wall, and then we'll sort of see. Well, yeah. I think the things I'm gonna do off camera is no, actually I won't do anything off camera. Oh, that's a stupid idea. I could have actually died from that. Yeah, I'll fix that later. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Minecraft. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.